Smooth in a motherfucker. Suede on the inside. Candy paint. I ain't gotta tell you what the rims look like. Look, I'm gripping wood like a motherfucker. Woo! She asked me, can a friend ride? Kelly wanna have a drink. And Shani wanna pop pills all night. Look, don't be fucking with my tape, dad. Woo!
I feel like everybody kind of has their own interpretation of what HOF is and like what they bring to it.
Right.
So you're probably gonna get a different answer from each one of us. But so for me personally, it's really it's a platform, something we've all kind of spoke about, like a platform to promote artists. So any upcoming artists, whether it's through our events or through music or through like media. I think that would be like the easiest way to describe us. Well,
that's a good question.
When we first started, we had met up with some of our boys out in LA. Buddy Christian Murphy out there. It was like during the time when all like the parties started going, like the house party like crews started to come together. So we had linked up with him to kind of start throwing house parties out there, and we're just like, man, we're like the Hall of Fame, like we're like it's like all the best people that do different things, and that's where it originated from. But then it kind of got shortened down to HOF, and everyone just started calling us HOF, like, cause that's how you spell. So
they just made it into a word. It's not even thin letters anymore. It's a word now.
Nice.
So, a record label is something I've always dreamed of having. And I've been involved with music publicity and blogging for like 4 or 5 years now. And I started the label back in 2012, and we spent like a lot of money on like promoting our first record. And I just realized like, we were gonna have to spend a lot of money to like do anything, so that really wasn't gonna work. So I kind of took a step back and focused on like building our own networks and like, when we put this music out, how are we gonna get it out there without paying thousands and thousands of dollars? So I've just been out here really connecting with influential people in music around the world, so that we can take these like really dope artists from Sacramento and our surrounding areas and just people we fuck with and like put them on a platform much bigger and much further out than our city.
Right.
And that's really the whole purpose, is to just take the really great music that's in our city and expose it around the world.
So HOF Day is a Sacramento celebration. So it's fueled by local music talent, local live art, local food. It's really about creating a platform, like we said, is our mission in general, and just kind of bringing it all together to celebrate what Sacramento is, what HOF likes about Sacramento, some of our favorite people and places. And we also like to always, give something back to everyone as well. So there's always some sort of special treat or visit from someone in store, because we not only like to, bring HOF out to everyone else, but bring, like Robbie said, the world to HOF too. So awesome.
Oh, I'll take this one. I got this one. My first party that I got to do my hosting thing was it was the first Game Time, right? It was the first. Well, it was called Game Time. It was at a warehouse that was downtown.
You was there? Just kidding.
Who was there? Yeah, it was crazy. It started at like 9 o'clock. The line. We thought it was just gonna be another party. The line ended up being fucking like 1,000 strong from the beginning of the fucking party. It was wrapped around this little alley, wrapped around the block. It was hectic as hell. It got to the point where people were coming up and trying to pay upwards of like $200 just to get into this party. And like they were literally trying to like pull us to the side, like, yo, I'll give you $200 if you let me in right now. And I was like, I'll take it $200. You can go in, bro. I gave the HOF $10, but it was lit though. So the party was crazy. We got to the warehouse. People were climbing up ladders. People were fucking just going bananas. It ended up only lasting for about 2 hours. It was me and one of our old friends, one of our other DJ's shirts. He was DJing, and it was just me and him up there the whole time. And once the party ended, like it ended up being one of the craziest events that I've ever been to. But it only lasted for 2 hours. But it was fucking madness. And like to this day, I believe that's what springboarded HOF to where it's going right now. It's crazy.
From my most like fondest memory, I wouldn't say it was an event. I would say just the nights at their old place at the Terradome.
The Terradome,
right? so like, who actually started living there first? It was you,
it was us
Roger,
there,
Tony,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was their place. It was in the heart of downtown, and it was crazy how much this place transformed. To where like in the daylight, people like sitting around, chilling, working, doing what they need to do. But once it got to like 2, 3 a.m. when the club was letting out or whatever, you wouldn't imagine how many. Mind you, it's like upstairs, like a little, what's that called, like a duplex, like a house converted into a couple different apartments.
It's just right. She said she's been there. Right? Like it wasn't even a house at a point. People just like, you going to the Terradome? Yeah, I'm going to the Terradome. Like it became a venue.
Like to this day, I'm surprised that roof never collapsed. Like how many people could be in there? And I mean, just from like that was when I first came along, because everything was already established. That was just always homies, whatever. But I would just always go over there because again, that was my brother. And then it just kind of organically turned into work and everything. I was able to contribute with my part. But I would say that was definitely my most fondest memory, and how everything came about was from the Terradome. I don't really want to share a lot of stories, but just know that the Terradome is real. Like that whole shit, everything about it.
It is deaded now.
Shout out to the Terradome.
But never again.
That was,
it's a remnant of a better
it was like
time.
the
It was
dark
great.
ages of our party. Really, really fun time.
It was just very organic to our relationship with Kenny, where it started with us just out partying, seeing him party, and then I mean we've been working with him. We did a commercial with him, like we worked on him with other projects. We were working with a startup back in like 2011, 2012, and we did a commercial. We went over his house and did an interview with him, 4 or 5 years ago, and then we worked with him. I think we did some TVD promotion with him 2 years ago. So we were always kind of working with him and like, yo, help us do this and make, he always wanted to get on a bigger platform and hang out with the younger people. And so then finally last year when we were doing HOF Day, last year was our first one last year, I think, I remember Tony just sent me the original version, like the first draft of the flyer, and it was just Kenny's face. Like the entire flyer was Kenny's face. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that actually looks tight. And everybody else agreed like that was dope. So then
That wasn't bad. It wasn't everybody. For sure it was not everybody.
Well, all our friends.
Like
Yeah,
we
we
were
were
down
together.
and we started sending it out to people
They were
and they were like,
what the
nah
fuck?
man, like you got some old ass nigga on the flyer.
Old ass
And we're like, look, just trust us. Like he's the boy, And really it started changing.
All right, so let's twist it up a little bit. Answer these as fast as you can. Who is the most responsible in your group?
Rose.
Who's the most fashionable?
Tim.
Below.
Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Or Byron maybe.
Below.
Byron over
Tony's
me? I think it
upset.
goes him, then me, and then Byron.
I think it's everybody. It's all linear. We just have our own
Not right now,
style.
bro.
Right,
Fuck.
right.
Well, I like that answer.
So I think we know the answer, but who's the funniest of the group?
Oh, that'd be yeah.
Who's the sweetheart?
I'm
second though. I'm second sweetheart. Tim's a big fucking teddy bear. too.
Yeah, but I'll give Robbie.
Byron's wherever that is not. He's at the end of that.
Who is most likely to be found drunk and passed out on the dance floor?
Marcus.
Damien.
Damien, I'm on other stuff that's not gonna make me pass.
Okay.
Awesome. And in 5 years, where do you guys want to be?
Ooh.
Touring.
I want to be speaking at festivals.
That
Like I want to speak at festivals.
I want to be able to quit my 9 to 5 and be able to make legit money off my brand and ideas. That's what I want to do.
Grammy Awards.
hella girl. Hella.
just
Alright.
more fun.
First you get the Grammys.
Everything we're doing now, just on a bigger scale,
Build
really.
an empire.
But all my chicks cook grits.
I do it to inspire the youth.
I do it for the people.
I do it for the culture.
I do it for the bud. HOF.
I do it for the dancing.
I do it for you.
So yeah, find us everywhere at HOF is better. SoundCloud, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook,
Instagram. Black People Meet.
Soul Swipe,
MySpace.
Yep.
HOF is better across everything. Google Drive.
Bumble.
Bumble.
You can find everything about us there.
That's when the girls like you.
Trust you, I'm gonna shoot. Metro Booty want some more, nigga. Wiggy, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh. Hold up, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh. Wiggy, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh. Hold up, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh. Stand up in the motor, bust the dashboard. Stand up in the motor, bust the dashboard. Hold up, wiggy, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh. Wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh, wiggy, oh.
DJ Esco.
Candles burning, money burning, graveyard, these niggas. Found them parking, big dog barking, hey. Blood tails on me, whoa, 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 whoa. Shout it, want that wave, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm dripping Cardi, yeah.